What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to go through and show you what I've done to my 14-foot boat to make it more fishable, more easy to hunt out of. This is a duck boat, but it's also my fishing boat, and I use it a lot during the summer. Take the kids out there with me, and I also go out with my buddies quite a bit fishing. And it's a nice little boat. It's a 14-foot. It's very stable. It's a deep V, very wide. I feel comfortable in this boat, like way better than my old boat. And actually, I just barely sold my old boat yesterday. But I'm going to go through and show you some modifications I've done to make it a little more user-friendly. Gives us more space and all sorts of stuff like that. There is some snow in the boat still. It's still thawing out. We just got a little bit of a dump of snow, about 10 inches or so. And I didn't even have time to cover my boat with a tarp, unfortunately. So I'm letting it thaw out before I get working on it again. But you can also see there's still some nasty, like, cedar needles and stuff in there, and that's because we had the duck blind on here and we used cedar to camouflage it. So I gotta get all that nasty crap out of there still, but I'm just waiting for everything to thaw, and I will take it outside and I'll hose everything out, and then wash the outside of the boat as well. But I'm gonna go through and show you some modifications I've done. It's gonna be really handy for me. It might not be handy for you, but for what I like doing with my boat, it's awesome for me. Before I get started, I just want to show you what the boat looked like when I first wheeled it into the shed. So here's that clip now. As you see, it's just a pile of junk in here. We got burlap frozen to the bottom of the boat. We got cedar bow and all this loose cedar junk. We got rope everywhere, tackle boxes. We got goose decoys. We got life jackets. Empty water bottles. We got junk shotgun shells. There's empty shotgun shells in here. Boat here, it has a 6-gallon gas tank, and it originally sat right here, taking up this big section of floor, where you could either store stuff or just be more room to move about the boat. I relocated it all the way up front here underneath the deck, and unfortunately the fuel tank was just a little too large to fit underneath the deck without framing up about an inch or so. So I had to frame it up, so it kind of sucks. But if I ever do want to get a smaller gas tank, a little more lower profile one, I can actually just take this framing off and drop this down to this level to make it all one flat surface. So I like the gas tank up here a lot better because it gets it off that floor and it's out of the freaking way. And not only that, but it's just not out in the elements, and I don't know, maybe the gas won't deteriorate so much with the wind, or not the wind, with the sun. So that's the first thing I did. And also, I don't know if you've actually even seen all the lights I put on. I put on all these lights right here, these lights and this nav light. You need to have navigation lights anyways, but I just bought this cheapo off of Amazon. These things are super freaking bright. If you want good lights, that's the name of them. They're off Amazon. They're cheap and they're incredibly bright. And you can see I have that all wired too. So let me show you a little bit about the wiring as well. So I got the wiring ran, you can kind of see all around the boat. It was just ran to the front, but I did put in I ran a whole new wire, because you can see every little ways I got some interior lights. And what's handy about the interior lights is when you go out in the pitch black and you're navigating across the water, you finally get to your duck spot, you now can just flick on this light switch and you have interior lights all the way around the boat. And I'll throw in a clip right now of what it looks like when it's dark. It's pitch black outside, inside my shed. And these are the interior lights. So as you can see, they help quite a bit, and that's only 8 of them. This is only on a weak battery too, so it's not even like, this isn't even full power. Now those lights were also purchased off Amazon, and they were super cheap. They were like 15 bucks or something. But any interior lights they're all about the same quality, honestly. So I don't know how long they'll actually last. Hopefully they last a long time, but maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't intend on using them a whole lot, only for when I'm setting up like decoys, untangling them in the boat, and then also for night fishing. If we ever go out for cats at night, cat fishing at night, or anything like that. Now another thing that I added on, in our water bodies that we fish, we have so many freaking weeds, and the motor is always getting tangled up with weeds. So what I've done to be able to pick off the weeds easier, because throwing it in reverse and cranking it always doesn't work to get the weeds out. So what I've done is on my driving lights, which are the nav lights and the LEDs up front, let me show you those real quick. They don't do it justice in the daytime, but you can tell they're extremely bright. They hurt my eyes. But what I've also done is I put a light on each side of the motor. Now these are never going to touch the water, so you don't have to worry about them getting too wet. I mean, they will get splashed, but they are waterproof marine boat lights. So I did that because they shine down into the water, and you'll be able to see if your motor is, or if you'll be able to see if your motor has weeds on it or not. Plus, this motor here doesn't have a automatic thing where you can just tip it up. You got to do it by hand, so which is operated by these levers, and you will be able to see those better as well. Another thing I added on the boat is these quick release straps. They're Rhino USA straps. I'm not sponsored by them, wish I was, but these straps are pretty freaking sweet. It's a lot quicker to use these than the normal traditional ratchet strap. Otherwise, you got to run the ratchet strap through all the dang frame, and then you got to tie it down to these. These, you just, it's already hooked on there, and to unhitch the boat, all you do is undo the Velcro, flick the lever, and then there, you're done. This off here, and then you're good to go. You can launch your boat. And then, of course, the same way to tighten it back up. You just, it's hard to do one-handed because you can't hold the strap in place, but you just lock it over like that, and then you're good to go, other than putting the Velcro around. One other thing I like that I did to the boat, this boat does not have any storage room at all. So for the guy up front, it's hard because the tackle boxes are just flying all over the bow, always. So what I've done is right here, cut in a storage box and framed it in. And I still do have to paint this. I'm just waiting for better weather to paint. But it's not a giant storage box, but it's enough to throw your drinks, your food, a couple boxes of tackle, stuff like that. So simple, used all scrap material to do it, so it was no cheap. Everything that I've done to this boat so far hasn't cost me anything other than the lights and the wire. And this is a good solid frame. You can stand on it and jump up and down if you want, doesn't really matter. Life jackets are always all kept up here. It's easy access in case you do need them. Pretty much what I've done to the boat. I don't really have much else I've done to it that I've modified myself, other than I used that, I got my battery box here. I didn't show you that, I guess, how I made that. Just an old ammo case. And all this battery power is ran off of 2 Milwaukee batteries. These things actually last incredibly well. And if you already have the Milwaukee batteries, all you need to do is buy the power converters for them, and you're golden. You're good to go. But they also make battery converters for like Ryobi, Walt. I'm sure they make them for Makitas and stuff like that, if that's the kind of tools you use. This right here is my little storage. I don't really care if my stuff is in the open or not. It's actually easier access for me when it's right here, but just all my tackle boxes are in there. But that's pretty much all I've done to my boat myself. A couple things I do want to add that I have not yet is some rod holders. I was thinking about making some custom rod holders out of some PVC pipe, like I did on my old boat, and then they'll just be mounted, like, I don't know, somewhere right here in that general area. Or I might even just go ahead and make some out of like wood or something. But if you do have a recommendation of a rod holder that you have and you really like, let me know down in the comments so I can give it a look at and see if I want to order it or not to put on the boat. If you have any recommendations for the boat, let me know down in the comments. And thank you for watching this. Hopefully you guys got a few helpful ideas for your boat project if you're building a little budget boat. This is all budget boat stuff. This works perfect for me. I'm plenty happy enough with what I got here. So if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You will be seeing me on this boat this summer with my buddies fishing for bass and catfish and whatever else, pike. Hoping to get out early spring, like within the next like month for some nice northerns. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one.